Okay, we have a tree, a neighbor's tree that fell on the furthermost or rear part of our lot. I need to cut that up. So I'm going to fire up our Echo chainsaw. I haven't done that I haven't used it in quite a while. And as you'll see here, as I'm trying to do it, it's not going. So first off, I'll take that safety sheath off. And so I do pull out the choke. Yeah. Do you see I pull out the choke? This is off, I flipped it up. And now I should just be able to put a foot down and rip. So it's almost there, not quite. What I did realize is probably the filter here, it needs to be replaced. So I haven't actually taken a look at it yet. Doing that now, but since we haven't done this I don't think we've ever done it actually for this one. Okay, there's the filter, and it's not as bad as I would have thought, but as you can see there, but it's been a while. And there's some debris there. So I got on Amazon a replacement kit for the filter, and an upgrade. I call it an upgrade. It's just like a washer that fits right along here that creates an airtight gap, because there is a slight gap in that, and if it loosens, it can let dust get out, and it can get into the engine or mower. Yeah, the engine for this, and from what I've heard, that's a killer for these. So let me go ahead and get that kit. Now this is the kit I got off of Amazon, and it includes that upgrade piece that I told you about to create that nice seal, a replacement filter, and yeah, you can see the difference, I guess, side by side with the old one. And it includes a spark plug, and I'm not sure what piece this is. I'll find it. And looks like there's a rain, so I'm going to shift gears a little bit to have everything indoors. Okay, as you can see, I've got this little metal gasket, and maybe this is the gasket. Maybe this is gasket, but they go together. And so I'm going to slide that on. It's such that you can only go on one way, and then the rubber is here. Then when you put the new filter in place and screw it on, it got a nice tightness there to keep anything out from getting inside there. No, you don't want anything to get either from here or get there. You don't want any debris getting out. So I might be off on where the intake is to ruin things potentially, but I don't want it at all. So that's what you see me. I got that in place now. Putting the filter on is easy as pie, and you can see the gap there. To get this on, yeah, nice there. And let me get the cover plate placed back. Actually, before I do that part of it, let me go ahead and replace the spark plug, because it'd be my guess that's what this is, because it's usually like what you see on the mowers. Okay, so I'm gonna leave that, pull that cable out from where it's fed, and it should be as easy as just pulling it. Yeah, there we are. And now I will need a socket for that, and I do have it. Let me go get that. Well, aren't I the dodo? All the footage I thought I was recording of replacing the spark plug, turns out I wasn't recording at all. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and loosen that cable, and I'm going to pull off the cover to the spark plug. Now this is a brand new spark plug. Now in order to get the spark plug off, you're going to need a socket. Just look for one that says it's designed for spark plugs. And you need the 3/4 inch. Now you can get a kit with various socket types, but you need the 3/4 inch socket to be able to get that spark plug off. The kit I ordered from Amazon, and I'll put a link in the video, came with this handle. Okay, and you just fit that socket over, and it's, you know, righty tighty, lefty loosey. I'm going to take it off. So in this case, I'm going to loosen that. And this is the new spark plug. I just feel like a dodo. Originally, I had the side by side with them, and the original spark plug was all black and had a bunch of carbon built up on it. Okay, but this is a new one. Okay, and I'm just turning it, screwing it in with my hand for a bit. Now I'm going to go ahead and start tightening it up. This one you do want tight, so make sure to make it nice and tight. Okay, and once that's tightened up, go ahead and put the cap on. Okay, feed that cable through that the cable management spot there. Put the cap on, and if you got it right, you should just be able to screw it on, which I'm doing here. This one, you hand tighten, but don't over tighten. It's plastic. Okay, from the fuel level with me shaking it, you can see the fluid there. You can see that this tank is full. This chainsaw holds 21.8 ounces of gasoline, and you need to add the two-stroke engine to the fluid to that gasoline. Now, if you're filling this up and you want to know how much of this to add, in terms of the amount of fluid it converts to, it's just under a tablespoon. That's it. You don't need much, just under a tablespoon. But the way I did it was simply, I call it a kiss. I just go, and that's it. You don't need more than that. Okay, so one little kiss can do it, or just get out a tablespoon, use that for your measurement, and then clean it real good afterwards. Okay, now the next thing I need to do before I'm ready to fire this baby up again is add the bar chain oil. One more thing regarding the two-stroke fluid to add. If you don't have a tablespoon, or you don't have one that you want to use for that, and you have a plastic spoon, those are teaspoons, all you need are 3 teaspoons to get the amount of two-stroke that you need in a full tank, from empty to full, of the oil there. So now let me go ahead and take the cap off here so I can get to that bar chain oil. There we go. It's a little tight there. As you can see there, it's empty. Woo! Okay, so good thing it didn't fire up. Otherwise, it would have seized. Okay, here's the bar chain oil that I'm going to add. The bottle has 32 ounces of oil, and it has the metric here. Now, here in this unit takes 8.5 ounces of bar chain oil. So I'll just go with 8 ounces. So since it starts at 32, I'll draw it down to 24 And then, of course, in 8-ounce increments from there as I need more. And just pouring some in here carefully. Let's see what we got here. And just a little bit more, just a skosh. Okay, and from the bottle you can see I'm right at 24, so that's plenty fine, nearly full as it is. Okay, so I'm putting the cap back on. Get it nice and tight, hand tight though. And we should be good to fire this up. Okay, apparently I didn't hit the record button when I showed the chainsaw working, so I'm going to do that now. It's been over a week and it is still working fine. You want to take the sheath off the blade. And this here is called the decompression device. It does make cranking the engine or the motor easier, but it's not optional. It is part of the startup process. Press that in. You want to pull the choke out. Obviously you want to flip it up. It was already, no. Yeah, flip it up. And this here's the chain brake. It should be engaged. If it's forward, it's not engaged. I mean, if you pull it back, it's disengaged. If you pull it forward, it's engaged. And you need that when you first start it up. And then next, while standing firmly and holding it down, pull on the crank. It should be no more than 2 times. Okay, well that was a good start with the motor, so we only needed the one. Okay, so now I'm going to put the choke back in, and I'm going to pull the chain brake back. And now when I crank, it should start up. There it is, working like a champ.